financial problems, elder law, criminal law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by THAV GROSS. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Today's topic is Happy New Year. Let's set the stage for 2026. Good morning, Brian Small.
Good morning, Ken. A pleasure to be here on this beautiful day.
Pat Sabansko.
About a week ago was 2016. Where did time go?
It goes fast. But I'm looking forward to 2026 from the standpoint of the spring, because the winter's getting a little long already. And, think about it. Winter really has just begun. We just ended fall.
Yeah, I declared winter over, but apparently no one's paying attention.
What's your assessment of winter? I think of winter as November, December, January, February, and March.
There was no fall because it was such a beautiful summer all the way into September, October.
And then boom.
And then bang, it just hit with a ton of bricks.
I'll give it to you. I have one assessment. It doesn't matter what month it is. Until April, it's just gray.
Do you at what temperature do you warm your car up before you get into it?
Boy, that's a good one. I have my starter now, so it's pretty much a routine now. I start it up every morning.
Open the garage, start it up?
It's not, I park it outside. It's too big of a truck to go inside.
My rule is 40, basically.
40.
If it's in the 40s or lower, I warm up the car.
My dad would wear his long johns all the way till July.
Oh, so you like
Yeah,
to stay
he would.
warm.
Oh my God, please help me. Help me. I don't think
do you have a rule?
I have never warmed my car up before I got into it ever in the history of ever.
Well,
It
why
has
do you
that
think-
function.
Why do you think they have the auto startup?
I understand they have that function, but like,
Would you wear a hat to keep the
wait,
heat in?
I'm bald. I wear a hat when it's below 50 degrees.
I would have thought that you would have gotten cold. That's why I was asking. All right, so planning for 2026. Okay, let's, what do we want to accomplish? I want to start with my favorite, which is adopt and buy in to the 3-point retirement plan. Own your home free and clear, have zero debt, have some cash in the bank. I like to keep harping on this for the simple reason that I know it works. It's a simple concept to grab onto. Execution is never that easy, but if you commit to it, it really is easy. What's committing to it? Forget about refinancing the home. If you're paying it off on a 30-year mortgage and you have any little extra cash flow and you want to get it paid off earlier, let's say you're 55 and there's still 15 years left on that
Here's the
mortgage.
question.
Pay it off faster.
If you got extra money, do you put it on the mortgage or you put it in the 401k plan?
I put it on the mortgage.
How come?
Is what I did. And it was a debate because you're constantly sitting there saying, and I had a 3% mortgage at the time. Okay, what if I just put it in the market, which some people said it's going to grow faster, and then just carry the mortgage? On a dollar basis, that's probably true. But what I did is I just stacked up and got the house paid off, and any extra money, I just kept paying it down.
Yeah.
And the moment I got rid of the house payment, I had such an extra cash flow that kept going into, I was maximizing the 401k anyway, but that went into non-qualified funds, and that grew rapidly.
That's the key. You have to maximize your 401k no matter what, and absolutely maximize at least to the matching that you have through your employer. So no matter what,
the matching
do that.
and that's the lesson for the young people.
So
if you are leaving money on the table where your employer is willing to match, and you're not putting the money in, you're giving away a gift.
Here's the question then for Brian. You put in the Roth 401k or the regular 401k?
So
you go the Roth route, or
If your if your tax bracket is low,
yeah,
the
I
Roth
always
is a
put in
better
the
move.
Roth because if you can take it out without tax, not knowing what the brackets are going to be when you retire, I mean,
I haven't met one person that didn't think taxes are going up in the future. So most people don't think that. They don't want to pay any tax. They're going to put in the IRA.
I mean, the only
It's
thing that
not a
lowers
smart move.
the tax brackets probably will creep up, or whether they stay the same. The question is whether your tax bracket goes down because your income goes down when
Right.
you get
That's
into the
the key.
retirement.
I do have a slight disagreement with you on the refinance. You said forget about refinancing. And I agree. If you're going to take your mortgage and refinance a 30-year mortgage into a new 30-year mortgage, that's not a good idea. But if you're going to refinance your mortgage, just say you've got 25 years left and you're at 7%, and you can get your interest rate down to 5%, then do
just
rate
put
and term and go back to 25 years again and get that 5% and take that difference and start putting it towards the developing extra equity in your home, or put it into your 401k.
I absolutely totally agree.
But the
with
key,
you.
no matter what,
if
is
you can
save money.
Yeah, if you can reduce your interest rate and you're not refinancing to take that money and paying off credit card debt, so that your balance on your mortgage is going up, not down, then it's a good thing.
And
we are actually coming into that era. We should be seeing lower mortgage rates where that opportunity is arising.
And the younger you are, no matter who you are, if you have an opportunity for a 401k or putting money in an IRA from your very first job forward, do it.
Absolutely.
Because the more money you put away, the better off you are when you retire.
Absolutely. And I don't want to jump that topic that quickly. I want to kind of look at it and say, let's change the way, let's take as a goal for 2026. Looking fresh and changing the way we manage our finances. So I want to start. I want to come back to what you're saying with the 401k and contribution, but I want to talk about, particularly, we're coming up to a break, but I want to talk about shifting the attitude that we have towards credit cards. I mean, credit cards are such a part of our society now. I would say 20% of all commercials are advertising the use of a credit card.
Wait, here I got into a discussion with my friends the other day. Which credit card should you get that costs $850 a year in fees and costs so you can fly for free on Delta? This was, and I'm looking at everybody going, "Are you absolutely insane? You're going to pay $850?
It's $650, and it's the reserve.
Yeah, well, it's
We'll take a
absolutely
break,
outrageous.
And we'll come back.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV GROSS.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV GROSS today, 888-235-HELP. If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If your loved one is struggling with age-related issues, let our family help your family. Call Samasco Law now. We're family-owned and growing. Meet Joe Frizard and Kelsey Samasco, our newest superstars. We'll handle your issues with care, compassion, and dedication. At Samasco Law, we'll leave no stone unturned until your family is protected for the long term. We'll walk together. That's what families do. Samasco Law. Protect what matters.
Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV GROSS.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV GROSS. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled.
Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
All right, so attitude towards credit cards.
Let me say mine. My wife got a credit card application. Introductory interest rate 3%. After the introductory term's over, 31% interest rate. People, everyone loves the idea of protected money from the nursing home. But when I tell them, "Hey, Dad died, you don't have to pay off the credit card," they think I'm the fraud of the world. They're dying to pay these credit cards off. They think they're our friends. They're not. They're horrible, horrible, horrible. That's my attitude.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you, I don't listen. I don't use credit cards.
You're 100% on point, but it's not about. We know Brian doesn't believe in use credit cards, so you don't have to be part of this. Change the way in which you measure, but the public has this idea that it's okay to use credit cards. And it's okay. Wow,
No.
I get a 3% interest rate introductory. That 3%, you shouldn't be paying 3%. Using a credit card and paying interest is immediately compromising your ability to succeed on the 3-point
That's true.
retirement
The
plan.
public doesn't think it's okay to use credit cards. The public thinks it's okay to carry debt.
That's the key.
That's
right.
the problem.
The debt.
And it's okay if you have a credit card and you use it and you pay it off in the same month and they're giving you 1%, 2% back,
money,
points,
cash.
whatever, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. When you take the next step and say, I'm going to charge up $5,000 for my trip and then I'm going to pay it off over time, you just fell into the credit card trap.
It's worse than that. When you say, if I put another $5,000 on the credit card, my payment's only going to go up $50 a month. I can afford that. Why should I deny myself the vacation? That is the mentality. I used to have that mentality, so I understand it completely. It was real easy. All of a sudden, when you were making payments every month of $2,100, $2,200 on your credit cards, you said, so if it goes to $2,300, what's the big deal? Eventually they'll get paid off. Well, that's where the fallacy comes in. It just doesn't. They don't just eventually get paid off.
They never get paid off.
Well, they get paid off if you get rid of them.
You got to do something, right?
You got to do something.
Which we'll talk about in other shows.
But revolver, you want to be a transactor, not a revolver. The credit card company
Transactor. What a
want
cool word.
Revolvers. The revolver is the guy who makes the minimum payment or a little bit more than that. The transactor
Here, wait, let me help you.
pays off the card every month.
Wait. If you pay attention to the outline,
You're screwing up my
in here.
You want to be a transactor. And I've got another one. This is a different one. What do you think of the idea of how do you raise your children? When your children are in the ages of 5 to 10, I think that is when their DNA gets focused and they make decisions and they learn traits from their parents that they never abandon, that they carry through.
Well, you remember what they say,
parents,
everything I learned in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So,
if your parents are telling you when you're 5 to 10 years old that credit cards are bad and dangerous and should not be used, when they become adults, they're going to be ingrained against the credit card. But if the parents are encouraging the use of credit cards and showing that to their children, when that child is out of college and the credit cards keep coming while they're in college and out, they're going to use credit cards and they're going to fall into the credit card trap. That's my belief.
Interesting, yeah. I don't know that parents ever encourage the use of credit cards. They just don't ever tell the kids don't use them. You know, they're embarrassed maybe that they have to use them
let's
much.
look at
They use them because no one has cash anymore.
High school curriculum.
No one walks around with cash or
Oh, you
checks
use it all the
anymore.
time. I mean, I pay everything
Yeah.
with a credit card.
when you look at high school curriculum, right? There should be a class on fundamental budgeting, how to live within your means.
You're 100% right, but that's also a problem that I have with it. High school's too late. Better late than never. It should be first year of middle school, or it should be your graduation year for elementary school. You need to learn a couple things when you were, I know this from experience. I did not have a father that taught me fiscal responsibility. My image of my father is still always the same. Sometime in the first week of October, there would be all these papers strewn across his bed, and he'd be standing there looking at them and like moving them around in puddles with this long look on his face. And I'd walk in and I'd say, "This is when I'm a little tired. What's going on?" "It's tax time." You know, it was always, it wasn't organized. There wasn't an approach. You need to tell your children when they're young about saving money and about not getting into credit card debt. Saving money.
Doesn't hurt. Start right now.
I used to. A penny saved is a penny earned.
Thank you. Is it Benjamin Franklin?
They don't make
Franklin.
pennies anymore.
They don't make pennies anymore.
Exactly.
It costs 2.5. There's fiscal irresponsibility in the United States government. At least they finally decided to stop. It used to cost 2.5 cents
to make a penny.
It costs more than a nickel to make a
how
nickel.
did you absorb that statement when your parents used to say it, or your grandparents would say it to you? What did it mean to you? What does that mean to you when you say a penny saved is a penny earned?
Never heard it. My dad said, "Hey, you're a dummy."
I used to sit there saying, what good is it going
Don't be
to,
dumb.
where am I going to get anywhere by sticking a few pennies in a can? And I always dismissed it as being,
You know, if we ever get a
silly
chance to talk
stuff.
about budget management, I'll tell you all about
Well, we
how
are
to
talking
put,
about it.
I
Wait a
know,
second.
What are you waiting?
Specific.
What are you waiting for? Snow?
No, we got
You're
30
waiting for
seconds left till the
spring?
break. So when we come back
We've
from
got
the break, I
time
can
before
talk
the
about
break. We've got another half a minute. What did the
interesting-
statement mean to you?
Nothing.
To me,
What does it mean to you now? It
means
means something to me.
if you are able to eliminate waste and save money, you will protect yourself for your future.
It means something a little bit different to me. If you don't, whatever, your spending is constant. Whatever you don't spend ultimately ends up either in your 401k or your savings, and it grows. We'll take a break.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
So, how old should your grandsons be before they can spend their inheritance on their own?
Thanks, Grandma. Yeah, thanks, Grandma. This car's awesome. Thanks, Grandpa. We got 2.
35. You've worked hard your whole life to create a lasting legacy for your heirs. Let Samasco Law help you make the right decisions to protect the ones you love. Samasco Law, protecting what means most, because that's what we do.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV GROSS.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV GROSS today, 888-235-HELP.
Time for announcements. I want to announce THAV GROSS has opened a new office downriver in the Horizon Building on Eureka Road. So now we're in Flint, downriver, and also our home office in Bingham Farms. Remember, you can always come in for a free consultation. You can do it by Zoom conference, in the office, any way that works best for you. Just call 888-235-HELP or go to the website, thavgross.com, to sign up. Debt issues, tax issues, estate planning issues, business law issues, elder law issues with Pat or Kelsey, disability issues with Jeff Kirshner. Again, sign up at lawandreality.com or thavgross.com or just call 888-235-HELP. Also, if you go to the website, you'll see there's free reports. Resolving Tax Problems, The Real Solutions by Jeff Linden and myself. Bankruptcy, Is It Right for Me by Brian Small. How to Save Your Home from Foreclosure. Business Formations, Loans and Grants for Small Businesses in Detroit and Michigan. And The Retiree's Guide to Social Security by Pat Samasco. I want to thank our sponsors, THAV Gross, Samasco Law, Kirshner Law. Now back to the show.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirshner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Okay, we're back. So, penny saved, penny earned. My point is, what it dawned on me during the course of the 3-point retirement plan and this process we've gone over in the last 10 years is that, let's say right now my discretionary spending, and I decide that I'm just going to buy a new TV for my study, even though I have a TV for my study. And I go and I spend $1,500 on a new TV. That's okay.
Not unreasonable.
If you want to do it, you do it. But if I don't spend that $1,500, what happens to that $1,500? That's discretionary money.
It depends.
That for now, at my age,
a lot of people will just spend it. It'll get spent on something else.
Everything that you're saying is not the savings. Saving, it's not spending. You got to curb the spending.
If you don't, correct, because if you don't spend, you save. If I don't buy that TV, that's just $1,500 more that ends up getting saved.
Can I give an example that
and that $1,500 grows because it earns return.
I want to give a simple example to show how a small amount of money can turn into something large. Okay, many years ago, I used to drink an incredible amount of diet pop.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
No, like 10 more plus years ago, and I would drink like
2 years ago
4 or 5 cans of pop a day. And it was really,
it was good.
It was good.
Then Coke Zero came out, and it was really good.
So you've become wealthy because of by not.
No, I'm just
Diet
showing
Coke?
you something that we have a pop machine here in the suite, and I used to go buy 3 to 5 cans of pop in that pop machine a day, and that was costing me at one point 50 cents a can. Then it became 75 cents a can, and when it hit $1 a can,
That's
I
kind
started.
of remarkable. You know, I used to get the profit from that pop machine.
So when it became
I took it out because he stopped buying Coke.
Yeah. So when it reached the point where it was ridiculous, I said, I bought a small refrigerator for my office, and I went to Target, and I started buying the pop.
Your electricity.
Yeah.
My electricity and my pop machine.
Yeah, my electricity too. But I started buying the pop at Target, and it became 20 cents a can.
Yeah.
So you were doing better.
And then
I got rid of the pop.
Then I got rid of the pop, and I drank.
And now you spend $1 for a bottle of water.
No, I don't. I drink water out of the tap. But what I don't do, what I did was I started taking that money, just the $2 to $5 a day, and I used to throw it in my nightstand drawer.
And did it earn interest in there?
No, but what it did do was pay for a vacation for my children and me.
With your Diet Coke?
Yeah.
So
it bought a large screen TV for my living room.
So to summarize, he stopped putting the money into my Coke machine, which would pay for my vacation and my TV, and he started putting that money into his little can.
We noticed
but
it yesterday.
but it's a simple concept.
Even go further.
But if you take that and go bigger, right?
If you're 5 years old and you save 10 cents a day, and you invest that money and you get a 7% return on it, and you do that for every year from the time you're 5 until you're 20, and then from the time you're 20 to you're 30, you bump the 10 cents up to $1 a day. And then from the time you're 30 to 40, you dump the $1 to $10 a day. How much money are you going to have at the end of when you turn 60?
I don't know. You got a computer. Look it up.
I'm going to check that out and give it to you on a later show. I bet you it's over $1 million.
We went to lunch yesterday, me and my friend. $42 for lunch. For just two simple lunch. Stir fry,
just for you or for each of you for total. That's actually almost in the reasonable factor.
Oh my God!
I sometimes do DoorDash for a simple dinner, and it's $60.
I have never done DoorDash, ever.
How do you get the food to your house?
I wait. If I order takeout, which I hate, I would much rather cook. I actually get in my car, wait for it. I turn my car on.
You drive all the way there?
I back out of my driveway and drive to the place, pick up the food, and come home.
Yeah, how much extra is DoorDash? You pay for.
I don't know. I don't pay for.
I never did it either.
It depends on the restaurant, but a lot of the restaurants charge you a different menu price than if you just carry out.
But that's all about, again, controlling spending, eliminating waste, and putting a focus on you protecting you. So take that. Stop doing DoorDash. Start cooking at home. Take that money that you're not spending and put it into your retirement.
Focus on the 3-point retirement.
Well, that's a different story. Wait. You kid, but
wrap up.
People throw away so much wasted food that if you shop again
every day,
every 3 days or 4 days, you will save so much money.
I throw out a tremendous amount of food every Saturday when I come back from the grocery store from what I bought from the last week.
People can't afford to throw out food anymore.
Last word, as part of this goal, adopt a savings strategy. Whether it's 5 or 10% of your salary check,
save
put that
it
away,
first, so it's
maximize
not in
your 401k.
account.
At a bare minimum, when you're young, make sure you take advantage of the match. And whatever you do, you can use credit cards, but adopt a theory that says, I'm not going to pay interest. Have a great week. We'll be back next week with Law and Reality.
Thank you.